Welcome back to Community Conversations. I'm your host, Steve Mantis, and my guest today is Linda Rydholm, the City Councillor representing Niebing Ward. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, in our last segment, you're talking about now getting involved with folks from municipalities all across the country and trying to address some of these bigger issues. Mm-hmm. And I think what we've seen on a federal level is that the federal government used to be a major funder in all parts of our lives. Mm-hmm. And they've been cutting back and cutting back and cutting back. Now you say they're recognizing, oh my gosh, the municipality is now bearing some of the burden and is beginning to do some funding. How's that unfolded? Is that a couple $100,000, is that increased, or where has that happened from the federal funding?
Okay. In 2007, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities had a study done which showed that municipal infrastructure across the country was deteriorating, especially in the older places, obviously, the older cities. Yep. Whether we're talking sewers or buildings or whatever.
Bridges falling down in Montreal.
$127 billion just to catch up on what was needed with municipal infrastructure. So, fortunately for us, the federal government recognized the need and started giving more money. A few billion a year more money.
Across the country?
Across the country.
Not here to Thunder Bay?
No, unfortunately. Although we got big share when the waterfront was developed during the time of the recession, around, what was that, 2007, 8, around in that area, when the country was in recession. The federal government, led by the finance minister, Jim Flaherty, recognized that by investing in municipal infrastructure, jobs would be created, the economy would be better, and it would help get us through that recession. It worked. It worked very well across the country. So that happened. Also, though, at FCM, we talk about other issues, whether it's transit, environmental, international trade. That's a big one. I've been privy to many of those talks with the people who do the bargaining and the talking internationally. What else? Women in politics. I have to remember I'm part of a women in politics group locally, but nationally there's a standing committee for women in municipal politics. We've put together very helpful information for women. It's all free online. We have slowly increased the number of women elected to local politics from about 18-19% to about 25%.
Where do we stand in Thunder Bay? What's our percentage there?
Oh, well, it's less than the average. The average is 25. We're 3 out of 13.
Okay, so we're a little bit under 25.
Little bit under 25.
So there's room to move. Let's go.
Let's go, Thunder Bay. Let's go. Well, that's one reason we do have a local women in politics committee, which operates outside of council, but it's there. But anyway, what really happened this fall with FCM had, I think, influence on the Liberal platform for the last election. And to its credit, Prime Minister Trudeau has just this fall increased the amount of money from $48 billion over 6 years to $81 billion, plus a couple of billion for specific projects, but $81 billion to municipalities over the next 11 years. So if the current government stays in power, the emphasis of the priorities will be on transit, the environment, and social needs, those 3 areas. So that's huge money. This fall at our November time of advocacy with members of parliament and senators, it was a different scene from the other 9 years I've been doing this advocacy. It was, instead of so much asking, it was more like saying thank you to the government. Thank you for recognizing that investment in municipalities is a very wise investment for the country.
Well, congratulations on that
It's
lobby
been-
effort.
Yes, it's been very exciting. Yeah.
Because, the municipal government and administration is where we live.
That's
I mean,
right.
this is, and the downloading that's been happening over the last 20 or so years, 25 years, from the federal to the provincial to the municipal, has really increased, I think, both the scope
Infrastructure,
that the city has to deal with and the challenges around that. So what are some of the challenges you're seeing here on Thunder Bay City Council
Well,
or municipally?
thank you, Steve. Actually, over the last number of years, I have not agreed with the city's budget because I have not agreed with the priorities planned for the spending, okay? There's a verse in the New Testament, I'm a Christian, and it says, "For where your treasure is, your heart will be also." In other words, you look at how you spend your money, and then that will tell you what is really important to you.
So what's not getting looked after then in terms of those priorities?
Okay, well, water drainage, stormwater management, we need mega dollars. Road work, we have increased. I've been talking on about that for a number of years now, but road work we have improved, but there are still many improvements. You just have to drive around town and you see there are roads that need work.
Especially after this last few weeks of snow plowing.
Yeah. We have big social needs here. We need a center for all youth, but particularly the Aboriginal youth who come to Thunder Bay. The Indian Friendship Center is very old. We don't own it. The city doesn't own it.
Right.
But if we could be partnering under the term social needs with the other orders of government to fund something that would help all the newcomers coming to our city.
Yes.
All right. Detox center, I think I said. We need jobs, good paying jobs, whether it's through the Ring of Fire, increased activity at our airport. We've changed some of the rules allowing businesses at the airport. All of these different areas. More, I guess, environmental tasks could be undertaken to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions from our city. There are many needs in our town that would, I think, dovetail quite nicely with what the federal government and in turn the provincial governments have said are their priorities.
Right.
Okay.
Linda, we have to take another short little break.
All right.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back.